You're listening to the Angela Henderson Online Business Show, episode 384. Hey there, you amazing human, and welcome to the Angela Henderson Online Business Show, the podcast that is designed for female entrepreneurs who want to make more money in a way that is in alignment for them. If you're looking for practical advice, proven strategies, and expert insights to help you navigate the challenges of growing your business, then you've come to the right place. Welcome, my friend. I am your host, Angela Henderson, a proud Canadian living in beautiful Australia, and I'm a business coach, consultant, and strategist who has helped thousands of women around the world build successful businesses. Through solo episodes and interviews with successful business owners, industry experts, and thought leaders, you'll get insider insights into what it takes to succeed in today's digital age. Whether you're struggling to scale your business, looking for ways to boost your productivity, or seeking ways to overcome the challenges of being an entrepreneur, this show has everything you need to succeed and more. So subscribe, pop your headphones on, and get ready to creating the business and life you deserve today by allowing the Angela Henderson Online Business Show help you create a winning strategy, develop the right mindset, and build lasting wealth. Hey, you amazing human, and welcome back to another epic podcast episode with me, your host, Ange from Angela Henderson Consulting. Hope you're having a miraculous day, no matter where you are in the world. Now, this particular podcast episode was inspired by my current one-on-one clients. You see, 2 weeks ago, they reached out to me about a few things. They said their car had died, their laptop had died, and they were in a bit of a hot mess, you could say. We talked about money blocks, but we also talked about good debt and bad debt, and how when you have the mindset of no debt, it can actually halt your business completely. And this isn't what we want. We want to constantly be looking at how can our business grow? How can we stabilize? How can we accelerate and optimize depending on where we're at? And so before I go any further, please note I'm not a financial advisor or an accountant or a bookkeeper. I'm simply sharing to you my advice that has worked for me, that I've seen work for other clients in order for them to explore growing their business with good debt. So please ensure to speak with your own advisors to ensure that this particular advice that I'm giving will work for your business model, your family, etc. So let's start by understanding the difference between the two types of debt, good debt and bad debt, and how this can make or break your business. First of all, good debt. Just like I was explaining to my clients a couple of weeks ago, this is the type of debt that has the potential to increase your wealth over time. It's an investment in your business that can generate a return. Examples of good debt include things such as, but not limited to, loans taken out to purchase, say, for equipment that will then increase a business's production, efficiency, etc. Or another example of good debt is securing short-term loans to manage cash flow, especially during peak seasons or periods of high demand. Or another example of good debt is obtaining a loan to expand your team in order to be able to remove $10 an hour tasks off your hand so that you can focus on, say, $50 or $100 an hour tasks that will bring in more money for the business and freeing your time up. Now, bad debt, on the other hand, this is debt that doesn't contribute to generating income or increasing the value of your business. It often involves, in my experience and what I've seen through peers, etc., high interest rates, and it's used for depreciating assets. Using high interest credit cards to fund expenses that do not contribute to business growth or to revenue generation, right? This is bad debt, people. We do not need this shit. So, an example of bad debt. Let's just say Johnny, an amazing business owner, uses a credit card with a 20% interest rate to purchase luxury office furniture that doesn't improve productivity or customer experience. The high interest payments, guess what? Quickly add up, straining this particular Johnny's business finances. Or another example of bad debt, and I see this shit all the time, especially pre-COVID, leasing a larger or much more luxurious office space than needed, resulting in excessive overhead costs, right? You know, things like paying extra rent, just in that, then you've got electricity, then you've got internet, etc., right? This is not necessary. The high monthly lease payments alone can consume a significant portion of a budget that a business has. This is not cool. right? So I want you to think about right now where you are in business. Are you purchasing things that are good debt, or are you purchasing things with bad that are just equated to bad debt? But I also think it's very important to talk about, how do you manage debt wisely to ensure it works in your favor? Here are some of my tips. Again, I'm not your financial advisor, but here are some of my tips, right? Evaluate the ROI. Before taking any debt, I want you to calculate the expected return on investment, ROI. Will this particular debt help you generate more revenue than the cost of the loan? I don't know. You've got to look at this. Or how about looking at interest rates? Attention, women in business, get ready to ignite your success and elevate your game. Join me for an exclusive 3-day Women in Business conference from October 31st to November 2nd at the breathtaking Gold Coast, Australia. Designed exclusively for online business owners, service-based business owners, coaches, consultants, and course creators. What to expect at this amazing 3-day Women in Business conference? Expect an immersive experience filled with fun, empowering keynote speakers, interactive workshops, networking opportunities with other successful business owners, gain valuable insights, forge meaningful connections, and leave inspired to take your business to new heights. 12 speakers have already been announced, with 5 more speakers being announced shortly. We have Steph Taylor joining us, Anita Seek joining us, Lisa Cordiff joining us, and not to mention Maddie from Sound Healing Australia, who will be there for the most magical sound healing experience ever. You do not want to miss the event of the year for women in business. To secure your ticket, head to angelahenderson.com.au today. Always compare interest rates and terms. Opt for loans with lower interest rates and more favorable repayment terms. Listen, you are the negotiator in these particular circumstances. Banks want your money. Credit cards want your money. So negotiate wisely with interest rates. I also want you to consider, when you're looking at good debt and bad debt, necessity versus desire. Be able to genuinely distinguish between what is a necessity for your business growth and what is a desire. Focus on investments that will directly contribute to your business's success. Also consider debt consolidation. If you have multiple high interest debts, consider consolidating them into a single loan with a lower interest rate. Also want you to think about cash flow management. Ensure you have a solid cash flow management plan in place to meet your debt obligations without compromising your business operations or your family. Now, over the years, I've been in business with my first business since 2009, right? Which is one of Australia's leading educational toy stores, for example. And so I remember I used my credit card for getting I had to pay $30,000 to do a 4-city pregnancy and baby expo here in Australia. I mean, you might think 30 grand, that's a lot of money. Yes, it was a lot of money. What is that? $7,500 per expo. But that expo space that I had allowed me to get my products into the hands of the right customers, which they then became return customers, which also by being at those 4-city pregnancy and baby expos, which was Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney, and Perth, I then also increased my visibility, but I also built amazing partnerships and collaborations with the other stall holders there. I generated way more worth than $30,000 that I paid. All right. So I knew I was going to get a return on investment. In my coaching business, for example, I use my credit card to pay $45,000 to work with a business coach and be also in his mastermind. And one piece of advice alone yielded me $90,000, not to mention access to his network and the long-lasting friendships and partnerships that I made through his particular community. Now, yes, these are some over-the-top expenses, and I get that. You know, like I said, my client earlier on, they're looking at buying a laptop. Whatever it is, I needed to assess, and I want you to assess good debt, bad debt. In my experience of knowing many peers around the world who makes millions and millions and millions of dollars, I can say they all have it invested in good debt at some stage in their business, whether or not that was in startup, growth, or scale. Some of my friends spend $20,000 a day on Facebook ads, right? But they've looked at what is the return on investment? What is the click-through rate, for example? What is the conversion off that page? What is the lifetime value of a client? These are all things that you want to start looking at, because having no debt is hindering most of your business growth. So understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt is crucial for any business owner. By making informed decisions and managing your debt wisely, you too can leverage it to fuel your business growth and achieve long-term success. It's kind of like that dance, one step forward, two steps back. And I see this all the time, especially when people have grown up in families where it's like debt is bad. You've got to pay your house off. You've got to pay your car off. You can't put anything on credit. And so they therefore believe this, right? It messes with their money mindset. It messes with generational wealth patterns. Okay. And so again, whenever you're looking at good debt and bad debt, there's always going to be money stuff comes up. Are you a hoarder in money? Are you a saver in money? Are you a spender in money? And these habits also need to be factored in when you're looking at good debt and bad debt. And to my one-on-one clients that I mentioned at the beginning of the show, they advised me on our call today that they've applied for a credit card. They will continue to work on their money mindset and are happy to understand, and they are okay with now the notion of good debt versus bad debt because I took the time to explain it to them. So I too hope that this particular episode helps you to understand maybe where you're holding yourself back. Have you been wanting to work with someone like a mastermind like mine or a business coach like myself, but you've been too worried about, will I see a return on investment? Well, pick up the phone. Let's have a discovery call. Let me show you on paper what needs to happen in order for you to get a return on investment. Or you've been thinking about taking a course or investing in staff, whatever that looks like. Let's chat more. Because more often than not, it's not that hard. It's not that obtainable to be able to secure debt and then be able to move your business forward in a way that works for you, your family, and your business cash flow. But for now, my friend, I hope you have an amazing day, no matter where you are in the world. And I look forward to you joining me again for another awesome episode of the Angela Henderson Online Business Show. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to the Angela Henderson Online Business Show, www.angelahenderson.com.au.